Welcome back. In part 4 of the interesting narrative of the life of Olado Equiano, we find him kidnapped at the age of 11 and enslaved by other Africans. Another child, 8-year-old West African Jacobus Elisa Johannes Capitein, was sold into slavery. Capitein was born 1717 in what was then called the Dutch Gold Coast or Guinea, modern-day Ghana. The Dutch participation in the African slave trade funded the Dutch Golden Age between 1588 to 1674, in which the country flourished in trade, science, art, and military might. Dutch traders enslaved and forcibly transported an estimated 1.5 million Africans to the Americas and around the Indian Ocean. Capitein in 1725 was sold to a Dutch sea captain, Arnold Steenhart, who gave the child to an old friend of his, Jacobus van Gogh, a trader in the Dutch West India Company. After 3 years, Capitein and Van Gogh relocated to Middelburg, Netherlands, a place Capitein called the Dora Gate to the paradise of the Netherlands. Capitein received an excellent secular and religious education. When he expressed a desire to evangelize his people in Africa, he was taught theology. At 18 years old, Capitein mastered Greek, Latin, and Hebrew, the classics. Capitein received the notoriety of being the first African to be baptized in the Netherlands. He attended the University of Leiden, one of the most esteemed faculties in Europe, to study theology. It was funded by Van Gogh and the prestigious Hallett Study Fund. In 1742, at the age of 25, Capitein delivered a public speech or dissertation in Latin, and in this speech, Capitein defended slavery, said it was good and compatible with Christianity. In 1742, Capitein returned to West Africa as the minister at St. George de Elmina, the same Elmina with the notorious slave dungeon and the door of no return. Capitein died at the age of 30 and of unknown causes, and no information was known about his ministry. However, for decades after he died, he was remembered and honored in both the Netherlands and Germany, with the printing of his books and sermons and decorative household paintings in his image. And what if I said I still believe Capitein contributed to the cause of a positive Black identity by exemplifying Black scholastic excellence? Black people did what they needed to survive, and when we can do better, we do it. They might not act like kinfolks, but have some empathy anyway. Thanks for listening.